In this video, we're going to show you how to set up your EchoWare Shopify to QuickBooks Desktop DataSync. After you've installed the application into your store, click on the app name. It's going to connect you to your EchoWare account, and on the first login, it will ask you to select a plan. There are 4 plan levels, each of which has a lot more capability as you go up in plan type. And you initially have an option to do a 3-day trial. So we're going to select 3-day trial of the premium plan. Then you're going to click on select this plan to confirm. It will bring you back to your Shopify account where you can approve the purchase. At this point you have a plan and you can upgrade or downgrade at any time. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to do is go into options and select what you want synced and in which direction. We suggest that you sync customers on the first try, on the first time, to establish that that data is flowing back and forth. So in this case, we're going from Shopify into QuickBooks. So that's all set. The next thing we want to do is go into settings, where we want to download the Shopify to QuickBooks Desktop Connector file. So we can save that. Now I have QuickBooks running on this machine where I'm running the browser and running Shopify. So the QuickBooks Web Connector comes with QuickBooks Desktop. So it's installed with QuickBooks. So run the connector to install the application. Click on Add an Application. Go to the file that was downloaded and open it. It's going to ask you to authorize that you do want to connect to this service from within QuickBooks, and on this dialog say yes whenever the QuickBooks company file is open. Select continue, and then this is a little summary of what you've agreed to on the connection. At that point, the web connector is connected. We want to provide the password. The password is emailed to you, and this is your EchoWare password, and you can change this within your EchoWare account at any time. So let's go back into the EchoWare account. If you click on your account and then password, you can change your password. All right, so we've installed the app, we've selected a plan, you've set up the options, and we have the web connector connected. All right. At this point, the way it works is in the web connector you select the update selected button after checking the checkbox next to the application, and whatever has been set to sync will sync over. Okay. So in this case, we have the option set to sync customers from Shopify into QuickBooks. Now this is when you're going in that direction, it's a 2-pass system, and you can see pass 1 just completed, so we're going to run it a second time, and then over here we're going to see that new contact will come in. Okay, Darla Darman. Okay, so if there's any updates to anybody going forward, they'll come in as well as any new contacts. The next thing we're going to show is how to sync over products. So the way you do that is you go into your options, select products. You can go, when you're going from Shopify into QuickBooks, your options are to go in as a non-inventory item or an inventory item. So we're going to go in as an inventory item. When working with inventory items, there's a few additional things that need to be set up. If you want to keep track of your quantity on hand from Shopify into QuickBooks, then check off that checkbox. And then on the settings page, scroll down, and there are a few accounts that need to be set up. Your item income account has to be set up. In fact, let me bring up QuickBooks and go to the chart of accounts. So the merchandise sales must match your cost of goods sold account. And then if you're syncing with inventory items, then you have to have your inventory asset account. These all must match exactly spelling, case, and spacing. Okay. While I'm here, we're going to be syncing orders after we sync inventory items, and you're going to want to set up the exempt tax code, meaning so if somebody places an order but doesn't have to pay sales tax, this will be the tax code that gets assigned to them. So if there's zero tax tied to the order, then this is the tax code that's going to be attached on the invoice when it goes into QuickBooks. So while we're talking about it, we'll go over and take a quick look at that as well. So that's under items. And so here's my sales tax for Rhode Island, where we are located. But then I also have an exempt sales item set up with zero tax. Okay, so that's for in a moment. So we're going to sync products. So we're back in our store. We're going to add a new product. And this is a yarn shop, so we're adding yarn, purple yarn. Okay, so we'll just say, purple yarn, and the price will be $15, and let's say the cost was $5, and we're going to give an initial quantity of 20 items, and we're going to now save this, and back over under options. Okay, so we have product set up. All right, so that's all set. So now we're going to do update selected. And you can click on here to see a summary. So it did add the purple yarn, and if we come over to our lists, you can see we're adding more and more items. It brings over the quantity. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to create an order. All right, so let's go into orders. And the orders would normally be created through the shopping cart system, but we're going to manually create the orders. Actually, you know what? Okay, the new customer, the new product. It's going to be assigned the sales tax. We're going to collect payment. Once payment is collected, the order within Shopify is created. And now there is an order here. So we're going to go down into here, and now we're going to say Shopify orders. Let's have them go in as invoices. And I'm going to set this back just one day to make sure it gets picked up. All right. Okay, so now we're ready to sync the order. Okay, so the order came through. And there's a payment associated with it, so now we're going to turn on payments. And I'm going to set the date back a day. And all we have to do here is just rerun the Web Connector. And the payment came through, and it marked the invoice as paid. So what we have shown is connecting the application, installing it, setting the plan, setting up how the items, whatever the options are. We showed how to set up the settings related to orders and invoice items. And we've actually synced customers, orders, items, and payments. And thank you very much. I hope this has been helpful.